There's climate change,
fossil fuels,
plastics,
species extinction,
greenhouse gas emissions,
collapse of biodiversity,
fisheries,
overconsumption,
carbon,
climate denialism,
corporations,
politicians,
war,
mining,
climate gas.
You're able to speak about all of the atrocities and negative things that are happening in the world while spreading this message of hope. And I'm wondering, how do you arrive at this level of hope?
So when I meet people who've lost hope, you have this expression, think globally, but act locally, but it's the wrong way around. I defy anybody today who's in the slightest bit intelligent to think globally about the problems and not feel depressed. I mean, you have to. It's horrible what's happening. So I say to these people who've lost hope and feel helpless, well, what about where you live? Is there anything that bothers you there? Okay, well, you care about this. Well, why don't you get some friends and see if you can do something about it? You do something about it.
It would be extraordinary if people could just think, well, what could I do in my little sphere of influence to care for the biodiversity in my little patch, in my influence? So whatever it's possible to do in your little place, big place, ocean, mountain, even city, doesn't matter. We have to allow nature to move amongst us.
You know, Martin Luther King didn't start his famous speech by saying, I have a nightmare. He told us what the dream was. So I want Sea Legacy to be that vision of the future of where we can go if we actually take the steps that are needed. Because if you can visualize the future, if you can imagine a planet where there's a living ocean and there's wildlife everywhere, then we can make it happen.
I'm trying to excavate from this 80-year-old story of the war, this reminder that we've done this before. We have mobilized in common cause across class and race and gender to confront an existential threat. And in the process, we surprised ourselves by what we were capable of accomplishing.
Everybody that cares about the environment has got to vote, and everybody has got to say, I'm not going to vote for you or your party if you haven't put climate change and species extinction at the absolute top of your priorities in your agenda.
You know, like a small amount of money, a small amount of effort can go a pretty long ways in other people's lives. And I feel like when you balance those two things, you're kind of left with this obligation to go out and actually do that useful thing.
Hope isn't just wishful thinking. And I'm thinking of the human species right now as though we're at the mouth of a very, very long dark tunnel. And right at the end, there's a little shining star. That's hope. But there's no point sitting at the mouth of the tunnel and saying, I hope the star will come to us. We've got to roll up our sleeves and crawl under, climb over, work our way around all the obstacles in that dark tunnel.
Anything you can do to support the wild nature, the biodiversity of animals and plants that run this planet, that would be the greatest gift.
I don't peddle hopelessness because I don't feel hopeless. I actually feel quite hopeful. And, you know, maybe I'm privy to conversations that are happening that most people are not, but I can assure you, Aaron, that the world is thinking about this, that corporations and governments are looking for the solutions, and I want to be part of that future.
It's not a foregone conclusion that we will do what we need to do in time, not by any stretch. But I'm not ready to throw in the towel yet, and I hope that comes through for readers.
And when you do something like that and you succeed, it makes you feel good. And the great thing is when you feel good, you want to feel better. So you do more. And the more you do, the more you inspire others. So you're taking others with you. So we're going down this tunnel, everybody doing more and gathering more and gathering more and gathering more until we tackle the problems together and solve them. We must.